Peter Diamandis has spent 30 years predicting technological milestones. He predicted the commercial space race, the genome sequencing revolution, and the AI inflection point before most people saw them coming. This week, he used language he reserves for only the most significant moments. He said, "For the first time ever, we have an age reversal technology going into human trials. Not a drug that slows aging, not a supplement that helps you feel better, an age reversal technology going into human beings this month." The technology is called OSK. It was developed by Dr. David Sinclair's laboratory at Harvard Medical School, and the results from animal studies are not subtle. Mice treated with OSK showed a 50 to 75% reversal in biological age in 6 weeks. Not a slowdown, not a stabilization, a reversal. Their cells measurably, reproducibly became younger. And this month, the FDA has cleared Life Biosciences to test this in the first human beings in history. To understand what OSK is, you need to go back to 2006. A Japanese biologist named Shinya Yamanaka made a discovery so improbable that most of his colleagues initially refused to believe it. He took ordinary adult skin cells, fully differentiated, fully committed to being skin cells, and he added 4 specific proteins. Within weeks, those skin cells had erased their identity entirely. They had become stem cells again, pluripotent, capable of becoming any cell type in the body. Yamanaka called these proteins the 4 transcription factors. The scientific world called them the Yamanaka factors. In 2012, he won the Nobel Prize in medicine. And in doing so, he accidentally gave scientists a map to something they had barely dared to imagine, a biological reset button. There was a problem, a significant one. When you reprogram a cell completely, all the way back to a pluripotent state, you remove its identity entirely. And cells without identity are extraordinarily dangerous. In animal experiments, full reprogramming caused teratomas, tumors, sometimes rapidly. The science was real, the mechanism worked. But using all 4 Yamanaka factors in a living organism was essentially asking every cell in the body to forget what it was, with no guarantee it would remember correctly. For nearly a decade, partial reprogramming sat in scientific limbo. Too dangerous to use, too promising to abandon. David Sinclair's laboratory identified something that changed the entire equation. The 4th Yamanaka factor, CMIC, was the primary driver of the cancer risk. Remove it. Use only 3, OxyT4, SOX2, and KLF4. That's OSK. What OSK does is not full reprogramming. It does not erase the cell's identity. It does something more precise. It resets the cell's epigenetic state, the chemical markers that sit on top of DNA and control which genes are switched on or off, without touching the DNA sequence itself. Think of it this way. Your DNA is the text of a book. Aging is like coffee stains, dog-eared pages, and pencil marks accumulating across the book until it becomes difficult to read correctly. OSK doesn't rewrite the book, it cleans the book, and the cell reads it correctly again, as it would have read it years or decades earlier. In mouse models, OSK produced results that the scientific community struggled to contextualize. Aged mice treated with OSK showed reversal of biological age markers by 50 to 75% in 6 weeks, not in their appearance, not subjectively, in measurable molecular markers of biological age, epigenetic methylation patterns, the kind that the most sophisticated aging clocks in science use to determine how old a cell actually is. Eyes in aged mice regained visual function equivalent to much younger animals. Nerve cells regenerated. Tissues showed molecular signatures consistent with significantly younger biological age. The results were published in peer-reviewed journals and independently replicated. Then came the primate studies. Non-human primates treated with OSK showed rejuvenation of the visual system, specifically the retina and optic nerve, with measurable improvement in visual function. This was the bridge. Mice to primates is one of the most significant leaps in preclinical research. It is the leap that tells you the biology is not species-specific. It tells you the mechanism is conserved, meaning it may well work the same way in the tissue of Homo sapiens. And now, this month, the FDA has cleared the first human trial. The company conducting it is Life Biosciences, a company co-founded by David Sinclair. The trial is targeting two specific eye conditions: macular degeneration and NAION, non-arteritic anterior ischemic optic neuropathy, a condition that causes sudden vision loss when blood supply to the optic nerve is interrupted. Currently, NAION has no effective treatment. If OSK works, if it can regenerate optic nerve tissue in humans the way it does in animals, it would represent the first successful application of age reversal in a living human being. That trial began this month. The choice of the eye is not arbitrary. The eye is ideal for a first human trial for three reasons. It is immunologically privileged, meaning the immune system is less likely to reject the treatment aggressively. It is directly accessible, meaning delivery of the OSK factors can be targeted precisely without the complexity of systemic administration. And it is measurable, meaning we can objectively test whether visual function improves, providing a clear yes or no. But here is what makes this trial larger than ophthalmology. Peter Diamandis' framing this week was precise. He said, because it's an age reversal technology, while it's being tested in the eye, the concept is that it will work on all organs in the body. To understand why these results are credible, you need to understand how scientists actually measure biological age. In 2013, a biostatistician named Steve Horvath at UCLA made a discovery that transformed longevity research. He identified specific patterns in DNA methylation, chemical tags that accumulate on DNA over time, that correlate so precisely with chronological age that they can be used as a biological clock. The Horvath clock, as it became known, can measure the biological age of any tissue in the body, not its age in years, but its age as expressed by the cells themselves. When OSK-treated mice were measured on epigenetic clocks, the readings moved backward, not slightly, not marginally, significantly. The cells were younger, not just appearing younger or behaving younger, measurably, molecularly younger. Before we get to what this means for the next decade and for how you think about your own age, if MedPulse is how you stay ahead of breakthroughs like this one, subscribe now. We cover the science that matters. What's coming up next? Diamandis' 20-year rollback prediction and what 2026 actually means for the future of human aging. This is the part you came for. Peter Diamandis, who has a documented record of accurate long-range predictions, said this week that the coming generation of longevity therapeutics, led by OSK class interventions, will knock back your functional age by 20 to 30 years. Let that land. Not slow aging by 20 years, not add 20 years to a lifespan. Reduce your functional biological age by 20 to 30 years, meaning a 60-year-old who undergoes this technology may find their biology reading closer to 30 or 40. This is not a science fiction projection from a futurist. This is a current clinical prediction from someone who is actively funding the human trial. David Sinclair himself, in early 2020, made a statement that very few scientists make. He said, and I'm quoting directly, 2026 will be the year when age reversal in humans is either confirmed or disproven. He is not hedging. He is not saying maybe in a decade. He is staking the validity of his life's work on results that will come this year. In science, that kind of statement carries weight. It means the data from animal models is not ambiguous. It means the mechanism is well understood enough that he believes the human results will be directionally consistent. It means we may know the answer one way or another before 27. Step back from the trial, step back from the data. Consider what OSK represents conceptually. Every previous medical intervention in the history of our species has treated symptoms. We treat the heart attack, we treat the tumor, we treat the memory loss. What we have never been able to do until now is treat the underlying process that makes all of those things happen. Aging. OSK does not treat age-related disease. It targets aging itself at the cellular level and asks the cells to begin reading their own instructions correctly again. If it works, it doesn't cure one disease. It potentially changes the trajectory of every disease simultaneously, because most diseases of the modern world, cancer, Alzheimer's, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, are fundamentally expressions of aging biology. And there is a question beneath all of this that science is not yet equipped to answer. We can measure biological age. We can reverse it in cells. We can demonstrate it in animals. We are about to test it in humans. But what does it mean, philosophically, socially, medically, to be old? If your cells are 30 but your calendar says 60, which one are you? We don't know yet. What we do know is this. For the first time in the history of our species, that question is no longer hypothetical. It is a clinical trial. It is happening, and the results are coming this year. If you want to be in the room when history like this happens, when the breakthroughs arrive before the headlines catch up, MedPulse is where you belong. Subscribe now. We cover exactly this, the science, the mechanisms, and what it means for how you live, heal, and age. Every single week. This year is going to be extraordinary. Don't miss it.